I would love to welcome everyone to the webinar. I know people are still coming in, getting themselves collected, and I'm just thrilled to welcome everyone here today to learn more about TikTok and also more about short form video and specific strategies to connect with the next generation of donors. If you're here, if you can hear me, please type into the chat where you are watching from and your favorite snack food. My favorite snack, well, I don't know. That's a tough one. Ashley, what's your favorite snack food?
I would say my favorite snack food is popcorn of any variety. I feel like I can just eat endless amounts of popcorn and it never gets old.
Okay. Okay. Popcorn. Oh, wait. Allow panelists to, I'm going to have to figure out something with the chat because I think people can't type into it. Oh, panelists can chat with everyone. Attendees can chat with everyone. Okay. I should have enabled it into the chat. I should have done the permissions. So my favorite snack food, I know, saying a favorite, I think that it would be pretzel rods. Someone just said pretzels. Katie, pretzels. I'm a salty person, not a sweet person. And this works well because my whole family, they're sweet people. So there's ice cream and candy, cakes, and constantly cookies everywhere. And I'm just not into that. I like popcorn. I like skinny pop, gummy chips and hummus. Oh my gosh. I love it. Apples. Who says apples? Okay, Hillary, you are very healthy. Cheez-Its. Yes, Cheez-Its. Peanut butter, Girl Scout cookies, popcorn. We have so many different people writing popcorn and pretzels. I think we're going to have to do like a sweet versus savory
Oh,
competition
yeah.
here. I love it. Well, welcome everyone to the TikTok for Nonprofits podcast. I just did like 5 podcast recordings, so you have to bear with me. Welcome to our webinar. I am thrilled to have you here. We are in for a real treat because I love teaching social media strategy and storytelling and marketing plans all day long. But if we want to go into the weeds into how to use TikTok and all the different features that can be used, we're also going to discuss like maybe the potential future of TikTok. We're going to get all your questions answered. But my guest speaker today is Ashley Brannon. And Ashley is a senior channel advancement lead at Community Boost, which is one of my really amazing, incredible digital marketing, digital fundraising partners. And Ashley helps nonprofits leverage digital marketing channels to increase their impact and reach. She has experience managing and optimizing digital marketing strategies for various causes and sectors, such as education, health, and the environment. So, Ashley, I'm really going to just let you take it away. One other thing I would say to everyone, sorry, I need your housekeeping. You will get the recording, you will get the slides. Please type your questions into the Q&A, as it does help us sort of organize Q&A versus maybe some interaction and some chat, but we will have a Q&A section. I am just so excited for my partnership with Community Boost and to have Ashley here today. So I would say, Ashley, just completely take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julia, and thanks everyone for joining today. I'm super excited to talk about all things TikTok and how you can utilize the platform and this type of short form content for your organization. So looking forward to discussing the strategy for you all. Before we dive right in, I'll give you a little intro of why we at Community Boost love TikTok for nonprofits so much, why we think it's such a valuable tool for nonprofits. We'll get a little bit into organic TikTok strategy, how to leverage your profile in order to have a really strong organic following, and then also tap into paid TikTok ads and how to use TikTok ads to support your overall TikTok strategy. So, like Julia mentioned, my name's Ashley. I am at Community Boost. Community Boost is a digital marketing agency that supports nonprofit organizations across a variety of different sectors. We work with nonprofits on a variety of different marketing channels like email marketing, digital audio marketing, meta ads, LinkedIn ads, Google Ad Grant, all of the above. And one of the things that we partner with our nonprofit partners on is TikTok ads as well. So I'm just really excited to dive into our TikTok strategy and how you can leverage it for your organization. So before we get into strategy, I want to address the elephant in the room here. One of the obvious reasons, why we're so excited about TikTok is it has grown immensely over the past few years of getting such a strong following and so much engagement from users. But I'm sure that you've heard a lot of the news around TikTok bans, the United States government trying to get US ownership of the platform, and the potential effects of TikTok not getting that American ownership of their platform. And I can't tell you the future. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but there are a few things that I really wanted to emphasize. One of those main things being that this short form video content isn't going anywhere, right? So TikTok has grown immensely in the past few years, mainly with that younger audience. And because it's all because of this algorithm, it's all because of this type of content that is being made by TikTok users. And it's so unique. People love engaging with it. And so I want to emphasize that even if this content isn't on, TikTok, if in a year or so, we have a little bit of time, it's not immediate, right? They're given a certain amount of time in order to potentially find different ownership of TikTok. So if TikTok does end up going away in the United States, I feel very confident that those users and this type of content will be migrated to another platform, right? Users want this short form video content, and if not TikTok, it'll go somewhere. And so will your followers, which is why we're such strong believers still, even though all of this is going on within our society and in our everyday lives. We know that we still have this great platform to be able to connect with supporters, build more relationships with followers. And if this does inevitably happen, we can get those supporters to follow us on other channels and engage with us in other ways. So I know that there's a lot of hesitancy around investing into your TikTok strategy right now. But I want to kind of break that hesitancy and just let you know it's still an incredibly valuable platform. You can see really quick results and get so much engagement with users. And we are really confident that no matter where this type of content goes, your users will follow you there. So wanted to put that out there before we get into strategy and TikTok as a whole. So the first thing that I want to jump into is why we at Community Boost are so invested in TikTok. One of the reasons is that the next generation of donors and supporters is on this platform. So let's dive into that. As an agency, we're always focused not only on where we've found success in user engagement in the past, but where they're going and where they will be in the future. And that's why we have our eyes on TikTok. We know that our traditional donors are growing older. We still want to maintain those relationships while fostering relationships with that next generation of donors and supporters. So Gen Z and millennials, and they are on TikTok. That's where we can reach them. TikTok is a platform like no other. The engagement on this platform from younger audiences is unlike your Facebooks and your Twitters. It's something completely different that younger demographics love. So 54% of Gen Z and millennials spend more than 4 hours a day on social media. A lot of that's on TikTok now. And so it's a huge amount of exposure that your nonprofit can get from just being on this platform. And something unique about TikTok as a platform is that it's actually kind of more similar to a search engine like Google in some ways than other social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. And because of that, younger demographics are really using it as the source for referrals for different things to buy, to support. And I'm sure many of you have been influenced to buy something from TikToks that you've seen. I know I have for sure. So not only do 86% of purchases happen online for Gen Z, but so many of those users are turning to TikTok to decide what they want to spend their money on, what they want to support, and even just the way that the app is now set up with a TikTok shop page straight in it, people associate TikTok and the videos that they can see and the influencer videos that they see and know that they're going to do their research through this platform on what they want to spend their money on. I know it's not a direct comparison to e-commerce usage of TikTok to nonprofits for TikTok as a platform. So just want to jump into how you can utilize TikTok for your nonprofit, right? How can we build the strategy that's going to support nonprofits? Like we've mentioned, this is the platform for reaching the next generation of supporters for your organization. So not only are there over 80 million users on active users on TikTok, but they're incredibly active on the platform. So the average user opens up the app 8 times a day and spends an average of 26 hours a month on TikTok. That is a lot of time to spend on a platform, and that's a lot of exposure. And so if we're thinking about how to grab this demographic's attention, we have to really meet them where they are. Talk to so many organizations that are struggling with that same problem. How do I reach that younger demographic? Well, 80% of TikTok users are between the ages of 16 and 34. So that's where we're going to reach them. We're going to reach them through TikTok. There are a lot of reasons why TikTok is so successful, specifically for the younger generations. It's because of the uniqueness of what the platform is capable of doing and the types of content that the creators make. So one of the things that I love about the platform, and a lot of people love about the platform, is that there's this aspect of authenticity and realness. Users have come to TikTok to really share their stories and share real stories about their lives, right? Rather than the picture perfectness of Instagram or Facebook sharing big life updates, it's all about realistic content. And some examples of how nonprofits can use that to their advantage, we can think about sharing real world implications of your work, including different victories or hurdles that your nonprofit is going through. You can even, get on the level, speak the language of TikTok users and engage with different trends and memes and challenges that align with your cause and the TikTok community. So all of this authenticity just brings this great aspect of storytelling and brings in this active community participation. So people don't want to see fake edited things on TikTok. They want to see real stories, real experiences. And I know nonprofits have so much of that they're ready and able to share. And you don't need to have the biggest production in order to create these videos. They can be really simple, really low production, shot on your iPhone, and uploaded straight to the app. And so I think that authenticity piece removes this barrier to entry for a lot of nonprofit organizations. Many other social media platforms are also built to share content within a user's network, right? So think about Facebook, for example. Each user shares content within their network of friends, and they see content from those friends. TikTok, on the other hand, is built for virality, right? So it's not like other platforms where you're sharing with this community. You can follow people and people can follow you and you can share those videos and build that community. But there's also this aspect of virality and reaching people that have never heard of you before, or maybe don't follow you at all, but are still interested in your organization and your cause. That is mainly due to the FYP or For You page. And this is the page of content that TikTok's algorithm will think that you'll find interesting. So they're going to show you content that they will think that you will find interesting and engage with. And so no matter how many followers that you have, your content can still reach millions of people potentially, who are scrolling on the app who have may never heard of you before. And that means there's opportunity for small nonprofits to reach millions of people with that compelling content. And virality on TikTok really just levels the playing field again, and it just offers that unprecedented reach without needing a huge budget or big production teams, that even the smallest organization has the potential to reach a huge audience. Because of those advantages, there are so many potential use cases to provide impact for your organization through TikTok. The impact that you can have from this platform is really endless, right? Reaching new demographics, millennials and Gen Z. I know that has been such a struggle and a challenge for a lot of nonprofit organizations because the digital marketing strategies that we've used for the past decade are now changing significantly. Younger people aren't on Facebook as much anymore. Younger people aren't engaging with Twitter the way that they used to. And so this is now this platform that we can reach this target audience. And we can also promote and increase donations and fundraising capabilities by sharing about your organization's mission and directing people to go to your profile. We can use this to create content and promote your events, and encourage people who are attending your events to create and share content about your event too. So one of the fantastic things about this platform too is it's really easy to get people and encourage people to make content about you. They want to share your story as well. And so that's something that you can build within your organic TikTok strategy to encourage your participants in your community to share your message as well. TikTok's algorithm, again, is just going to boost your visibility and bring in that that supporter base that you're looking for. One of the ways that we encourage nonprofits to get started in TikTok is by using TikTok organically. Before even dabbling into TikTok ads, you can get yourself comfortable with organic TikTok, get a sense of how to use the app, how to create videos, how to do editing, understand how to engage with other users. So I want to share some tips with you about how to build up your organic strategy. And to really understand organic TikTok, it's going to be really important to understand the TikTok algorithm. The overall goal of having a strong organic TikTok strategy is to have a wide net of people who are interested in your organization see your video. And the algorithm is going to be the deciding factor into who sees your video and who doesn't. So we need to understand what can we do to trigger the algorithm to get our videos and our content to show up on people's For You pages that are going to be interested in this type of content. The algorithm is one of the things that makes TikTok so amazing. They have created a really great algorithm that is so hyper specific to show people videos that they're actually really interested in. You can be, I'm sure you've done it too. You've started scrolling. I know I've started scrolling and on my For You page and watched an hour worth of videos of people that I've never seen before, but I'm really interested in the content that they're making, because of this algorithm knows me and it knows what I want to see. And so we need to understand what is in the secret sauce, what can we do to create a really strong strategy that will be liked by this organic algorithm and shown on more people's For You pages. I know that this is a system that learns from user interactions, right? So one of the things that's going to put specific types of content on your For You page is going to be your engagement. So it's going to tailor the content that it shows people based off of likes, off of follows, shares, the types of content that they create. So these are all different things that they're going to be looking at. So what types of videos are people most likely to comment on, to like, to share? I know for me personally, right now, my entire For You page is pretty much Taylor Swift Tortured Poets Department related because I keep liking videos of it and sharing them with my friends. And so the TikTok algorithm can recognize that. It sees, okay, she is really into this topic right now. She's liking all of these videos. Let's show her more of that. You can notice too, if you stop engaging with these types of videos, you stop sharing, you stop following these accounts, you stop commenting and liking, you're going to be shown less and less of that. And so it's this algorithm's job to understand what it is right now that you want to see, and it will show you that type of content. It can also look at different things like users' device and account settings. So, where are you geographically located could be another thing to take a look at and show you content, which is really great if you're a nonprofit that is focused on a specific area. Really understanding how to target people in this area, and getting on there For You pages. So the For You page is just this personalized content feed that's going to be unique to each user, and understanding all of these different factors can increase the chances of appearing on your target audience's For You page. And this is ultimately just going to improve your organic reach on TikTok as a whole. We want to really factor in all of these different aspects that it takes into consideration. So hashtags, geolocations, types of content that people are making. And you want to take that into consideration as you're creating your content so that you can show up on these people's pages. So we can get a little bit deeper into this. We're really at the mercy of this algorithm. Just like any other social media or search engine, we need to befriend it and leverage it. We need to work with that algorithm to optimize the reach that we're going to get with our potential supporters. So there are several different things that you can do to bring in more engagement. One being encourage user interaction with engaging content. So ask different questions, create different challenges, encourage duets of your videos. If more people engage with your videos, it's going to be shown to more people. I'm sure that you've noticed on For You pages, most of the videos that you see have quite a bit of interactions on them already. And that's just that social proof that you need almost to show the algorithm that you're making good content that people actually want to see. So if you're engaging people or asking people to engage with your posts and you get more engagement, you'll be more likely to have that video shown on more people's feeds. You can also stay current with different trending hashtags and sounds. As I said before, one of the things that you need to take a look at is the types of content that people are engaging with. Trends are a trend for a reason because people are engaging with them. People find them amusing or interesting or funny or whatever it may be. And so if there are ways to incorporate that trend into the types of content that you are creating, then you'll be, again, just more likely to show up on more pages. We can see that more people like this formatting of content or this trending sound or whatever it may be. And if you utilize that within your content, it's more likely to get that virality piece. It's more likely to get more engagement. You can also pay attention to different video details for enhanced visibility. So different things like relevant hashtags, clear captions, geotagging. Like I mentioned before, if you're a very specific organization in a specific location, by using geotagging, that could indicate to people within your area that the content that you're creating is going to be relevant to people in that area. And so I just really want to emphasize that understanding and leveraging that TikTok algorithm is going to help you reach a larger audience and drive more engagement. Another way to boost your organic TikTok strategy is to create strong content. One of the things that we tell our partners is your strategy is really only as good as the quality of your content and the power of your content. So we want to create content that is actually going to resonate with your audience. One of the really cool things that we love about TikTok is that users are focused a lot less on production value and they care a lot more about the story that you're telling. So there's not a big need to use super professional cameras or professional lighting or do retakes when you mess up your words. Users just want to know your story. And that authenticity is then shown throughout your storytelling. It makes you more relatable. And so people are able to build that emotional bond and emotional connection that inspires them to take action. When you're creating content, I want you to think about sharing stories that matter, that evoke empathy. The people on this app want to relate to you, want to feel something for you. And so by giving them that vulnerability and authenticity within your storytelling, it gives them something to latch onto and want to engage more with. Some different options could be bringing in someone that your organization has supported and having them share their personal story about how their lives have been affected by your organization, or even, some of your employees, having them share about their personal experiences interacting with whatever your cause may be. You can also do different things like giving behind the scenes glimpses to humanize your nonprofit. I think that there is a lot of hesitation or doubt for some nonprofits that they have to hurdle, and they need to build trust with their supporters. And one of the ways to build trust is to give them an inside look into how you do what you do, how you actually achieve the impact that you're making. So whether it's just showing you making kits for disaster relief or caring for animals within your shelter, people want to know how you do what you do. And by showing them, you're going to build up their trust and you're going to get more engagement, more support. Another way that we always encourage our partners to enhance their organic strategy is through participating in trends. I know hearing the words TikTok trends can be scary. We don't mean dancing to the latest trendy song. We mean using the most popular sounds, hashtags, and video concepts, and utilizing those to intertwine your story and your brand into. So participating in TikTok trends is a great opportunity for nonprofits. It helps get a wider audience and showcase that relevance. And the algorithm really likes trends. They know that trends are what people want to see because they're trending because a lot of people are engaging with them. So if you hop onto a trend, you build out content that follows a trend. It signifies to the algorithm again that this is going to be content that your followers want to see. Authenticity is also just really crucial within this piece, because the platform relies so heavily on virality. We need to make sure that your content feels as natural in line with what they're already seeing on their For You pages. So if you're participating in these trends that they're already used to seeing, then they feel more comfortable engaging with your content. Educational content is also really, really highly valued on TikTok. So users are going to be really eager to engage with interesting and educational videos. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You can share just general information about your mission, about your cause. You can think about some of your case studies that you might have and how you might transition those into actual video and content pieces. That is a really big opportunity right there to increase awareness of your organization and showcase your work by getting people to share how your organization has impacted their lives, or sharing it more on a detail by detail basis how you do what you do, to show the success and demonstrate what your organization does and how you're making an impact. I had mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I think that this is a point that is really going to be valuable for your organization, and that's you don't have to create all of your content about your organization. Or if you do, you can encourage people to make their own content based off of your content, or just engage more with your content, right? So encouraging engagement is going to be really crucial for building a community on TikTok. That engagement is just going to measure how much the audience interacts with your content. And you can have them ask you different questions, and you can respond back to their questions and their comments to give that more personal aspect within the content that you're creating. You don't want to just be a voice that you're broadcasting out to this wide network. You want to be able to engage with the people that are actually interested in your content. So reply back to questions that they might have, respond back to comments. You can even create new videos based off of a comment and kind of explain a little bit further, but also encourage followers to participate, encourage them to stitch your content and add their own opinion or their own insight into the content that you created. And by fostering that engagement, we really just create an active and involved community on TikTok. So increased engagement just boosts that visibility. It works really well with the algorithm. Again, your content's going to be shown more if more people engage with it, and it amplifies your mission on the platform. Consistency and authenticity is really key when it comes to organic, really just all posts on TikTok, organic and paid. Consistency and authenticity are just the core principles for a successful TikTok strategy. Oftentimes we talk to partners and they say, oh, we post once a week or twice a week. But the more that you're posting, the more visibility that you get, the more followers that you will get, the more engagement that you will get. We recommend to our partners to post every single day on TikTok. It does not necessarily need to be brand new content every time. You can repost different things, or you can do more simple memes or more simple just edits on content that you've already posted, or responding to comments in videos. But by creating more content, you're going to be more consistent, you're going to build more followers, your content is going to be more visible, and you're going to see much more rapid growth that way. It's really hard to build up an organic strategy if you're not posting very consistently. It signals to TikTok's algorithm that your account is active, and it should be boosting your content more. that authenticity piece is also just going to align with your nonprofit's mission and values, and it's going to evoke that emotional appeal from your followers. So that combined consistency and authenticity just builds that loyal and an engaged following, and you'll see much more growth from being really consistent, posting every single day, and creating content that is actually going to get more people to engage. Aside from the content that you can create, you can also reach organic success by having a highly optimized profile. So I'll walk you through how to set up your profile and follow some best practices there. A well-optimized TikTok profile makes a really great first impression. So if they see your video on the For You page, and they go to click to your profile, it should look very sleek, very professional, and have all the information that they need to understand whether or not it actually resonates with them, whether or not they actually want to follow you. So some of the different things that we recommend you optimize in your profile, if you don't have these already, is strong profile picture, have a really clear and representative photo within your profile picture, whether it be your logo or a really clear picture of something that your organization does. I highly recommend trying out your logo, as that is such a clear representation of your brand. You also want to have a very compelling bio. Your bio is an opportunity to express your unique mission very concisely and compellingly, right? So you want to tell them what you do in a very clear, concise manner so they can skim it, understand what you do, and understand if they want to follow you. So make sure that you have, keywords around what it is that you do. You don't have to make it a very long explanation. It doesn't have to include your entire mission statement, just a clear understanding of what your organization does. So this is screenshot of Community Boost profile. Our bio is a digital marketing agency for nonprofits, scaling online revenue and impact. That's who we are. That's what we do. Very concise. We could, anyone at Community Boost could talk to you all day about all of the different impact that we can make, but we have such a small section within your profile to use in order to optimize for. So make sure that you have a very clear, concise bio. Also having a link in your bio to direct followers to your website or your donation page. So anyone who comes to your profile knows how they can engage with you. So optimizing your TikTok profile just ensures that you have a positive and informative first encounter with anyone that's coming to your profile. Once you start to get comfortable with the TikTok platform, we found TikTok ads to be a really successful way to boost your overall TikTok following and strategy as a whole. So let's dive into what that strategy can look like. So there's a lot of different reasons why we suggest diving into TikTok ads. Many of the reasons are similar to what I talked about for organic, right? So we're reaching this new demographic of millennial and Gen Zs. We're able to increase donations, fundraising capabilities. We're able to support the promotion of events and gain more eyes on our mission and attract more visibility. But you can think of TikTok ads as an extension of your organic strategy. It's really immediate, it's really effective, but you can still use similar strategies in terms of your creative. You still want to create similar content, and you can target the same target audience, but have more control over who actually sees your content because you can build out different audiences. In order to start utilizing TikTok ads, you'll need to utilize some of their tools like the TikTok Ads Manager. Much like Meta and LinkedIn, TikTok has an ads platform that advertisers can create to run their ads through. once you set this up, you can set up a business account and ad account and manage your ads straight through this platform. Another one of the reasons why we have found TikTok to be such a successful platform in terms of advertising is because it has a pixel. So as we all know, it's getting harder and harder to get user behavior data. And with TikTok's advertising pixel, we can track actions that have been taken on your website as a result of your ads and get that attribution. The platform has also really great analytics that support your advertising process and success. So you can easily see what ads have the most engagement, the most conversions, the lowest CPA, and you can optimize your ads based off of those results that you're seeing. First things first, when you're starting off with TikTok ads, you need to think through what's your ultimate goal? What do you need and want to get out of TikTok ads? We've seen TikTok ads be really valuable for organizations with a wide variety of different goals. So, does your organization want to grow your community and reach more people? TikTok ads can expand your ad views and get in front of your target audience, or do you want to get more people to engage with you and your profile? There are more, also more conversion focused goals that you can create within your campaigns as well. So, do you want to get more lead generation or promote an app that your organization has? TikTok can optimize for all of these different campaign goals. So, really think through what it is that you want to get out of these ads that you're running. I wanted to share an example of a partner that we work with, Perscalis. Perscalis provides tuition-free tech training for adults in IT. So they partnered with us to run some TikTok ads, and they had this goal of lead generation. They wanted to get more leads in to share more information about their programs and potentially get more student applicants. And so they targeted people looking for career support within a lead generation conversion campaign on TikTok. And we saw over 100,000 unique users reach. We had over 235,000 impressions, and we had 560 leads generated from these ads. And we were running a test to see, were we going to get more leads on TikTok versus similar ads that were run on Meta? And we actually found that the cost per lead was 18% lower than in Meta ads. And so we saw a lot of success because we're able to target this target audience through TikTok ads. And we know that their community is on TikTok. Like we mentioned very early in the presentation, people are researching on TikTok. People are using TikTok as a search engine. They're researching their next career move on TikTok. And so to be able to target these people who are searching for career advice or their next steps in career or tech opportunities, we were able to reach the right audience and get hundreds of leads for this organization at a lower cost than other platforms that we were advertising on. There are a wide variety of targeting capabilities for TikTok ads. So we can target specific audiences. Like I mentioned with Perscalis, it could be people in different demographics, so age, location. We can target people who are in market for specific products and services. We're able to target very specific audiences to just ensure that we're reaching our target audiences. And we encourage everyone who's using TikTok ads to start testing and optimizing. You can test very different things like your creative, your CTAs, your audiences, and just optimize for those ads that are performing best. So now let's get into how to create really strong TikTok ads that are going to have a lasting impact and bring more engagement. Much like organic content, you don't need all the lights, glamour, and action for your TikTok ads. We found organizations have some of their most successful ads be videos that are shot very similarly to organic videos, since they show up in the same feed as your organic content. The ads being created to mimic organic posts actually make the experience much more natural. You can even use the same tactics like participating in trends or using trendy audio and visuals in order to seem more organic as people are scrolling through their feeds. Similar to our organic strategies, again, we've seen a lot of success in content that tells stories, that evokes that emotional and relatable experience from our clients. Really, just like the moral of the story is when creating TikTok ads, we want them to seem seamless within their feed of organic content. So, kind of, again, just mimicking that ability to be authentic, to be not super highly produced and feel very real to get more engagement. While you're doing this, the best advice that our team can give you is to just test, and do more testing. What works for one organization might not work for another organization. So you can try different types of audiences like interest targeting or demographic based targeting. Try out different creative and see if different graphics or storytelling or more informational to the point videos works best for you. So when you first start creating your TikTok ads, try out a few different types of creative, try out a few different audiences, and see what is resonating with who, and see if they're taking the actions that you actually want them to take. And you can also have the ability within TikTok ads to try things like remarketing. So you can set up remarketing audiences to target people who are farther down the funnel and might know your organization a bit better. So just to support in some of this and deepen your TikTok learnings, I wanted to give you access to our TikTok course for free when you join the Nonprofit Marketing Club. You'll also enter into a thriving community of hundreds of other like-minded nonprofit professionals and access over 300 hours of exclusive content helping you become a nonprofit marketing expert. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to join for 1 month for free today so you can continue to connect with other nonprofit professionals and get expert tips that you need to truly drive growth for your organization far beyond this event today. So if you scan this QR code, you should be able to sign up for the Nonprofit Marketing Club. We do have a really awesome TikTok course for anyone interested in getting more involved in TikTok. There's some great tutorials if you're very new. There's some strategy sessions if you've already dabbled into the TikTok as a platform. So highly, highly recommend checking it out. But before we wrap and open it up to Q&A, I just wanted to highlight a few key takeaways, really leveraging TikTok for this younger demographic. This is where that 16 through 35 demographic is, and that's the next generation of your supporters as an organization. And so we need to meet them where they are. And also highlight that you can embrace both organic and paid advertising strategies. They work really hand in hand and help to support one another. And so definitely encourage you to get started, get familiar with organic, and once you're feeling strong, really enhance it by using some paid advertising strategies. So I've talked a lot about how you can build a community on TikTok. I have I would love to offer you a resource to help you build your own thriving community across multiple digital channels. So this is your opportunity to not just get started on TikTok, but also advance your organization with a truly forward-thinking multi-channel approach. So if you scan this QR code, you can book a free strategy session with our team today and assess your biggest opportunities and build your community online. And as a bonus, everyone who books a meeting with us will get 1 month free of our Nonprofit Marketing Club. So you can access a community of like-minded nonprofit marketers straight from this QR code and just setting up a free strategy session with our team. So feel free to grab that and we can open it up to Q&A.
Thanks, Ashley. I learned so much. I know we have a lot of questions, so we're going to take as many as we can in the next 12 minutes, but thank you so much. I think the broader I love the key takeaways is like we have to think long term and bigger picture. And this is a way to connect with brand new people. I know I hear from nonprofits all the time. We are the best kept secret. No one knows about us. Okay, well, maybe we should be going to platforms where we're not already on and stop preaching to the choir and maybe reaching new people. A few people cannot access the QR code. So is there a link that you could share for that? And you can send that to me and I can send it out.
Yeah, for sure. I will definitely send it to you in an email right after
Yes.
this call, and we can send it out to
Okay.
everyone.
So we'll send that out to everybody with the recording and the slides after the call. So I think that's a really good question. Is there an easy way to know what is trending on TikTok?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is a discover page on your TikTok feed where you can see trends, but TikTok's business profile also has features where you can see the top trending hashtags, the top trending sounds, and you can pull straight from there. But I would actually recommend taking a look at some of your competitors in the space. So any like-minded or similar types of organizations, take a look at what they're posting on TikTok, what goes viral for them, and maybe not even nonprofits, maybe even for-profit companies, taking a look at what works for them and mimicking some of the hashtags that they're using, the trends that they're using, whatever gets the most engagement for them, try mimicking that, and seeing if you get engagement from there, because something that's going to be trending all across TikTok might not be relevant for your organization. So see what your space is doing, have a good grasp on, definitely follow and engage with accounts that are similar to yours, and maybe advocates who are within your space that are on TikTok. See what they're posting about, see the trends and hashtags that they're using, and utilize those as well.
Great. Fantastic tips. Um, an anonymous attendee asked, should I be sparking all videos as ads or just videos that perform well? Does this work to increase visibility of the content? My views currently stay at around 300 to 400.
Yeah, so I would suggest trying out boosting posts of your highest performing videos. If your views are staying around 300 to 400, I would test out some of these trends. Even if it's not, deep into sharing emotions, if it's funny trends that are almost more like memes that are going to get a little bit more views, try that out first, and see if you get more engagement from there. But test out different types of posts that you're going to boost, and different types of creative to create as ads, to see what resonates most with your partners. If you're boosting everything and you're making everything into ads, then you're not really going to know what's going to be most successful for you. So keep an eye on what people are engaging with, and then from there, start adjusting the different things that you're boosting, and only run ads or boosted posts based off of the ones that are getting the most engagement.
Great. So Krista has a question about trending sounds. Sometimes it doesn't let me use specific trending sounds on the business page, but I can use them on my personal page. Why is that? Is there a way around this?
Yes. So business TikTok accounts do have some restrictions around trending sounds that you can use. This is really to protect you. We don't want you to be using any copyrighted sounds. We don't want you to run into any issues with um, copywriting or any legal things like that. So TikTok's business accounts create that protection around the sounds that you can use. So even though some sounds are going really viral and you can't use those in your business accounts, try to, work around that and find other sounds to utilize. I know it feels like a big loss sometimes and feels like a hinder to some of your growth, to not be able to use some of those trends. But it's really for your best protection, and definitely recommend staying with a business account over a personal account.
Great. You talked a little bit about analytics. Are there, I would ask, you said that you can use it in your business account on TikTok. Are there outside places where we could get analytics? Like does the API allowed inside like maybe a Sprout Social?
Yeah, so we can find a lot of data within the TikTok platform. But if you're using ads and trying to get people to go to different landing pages, you can also UTM the links that you're putting in and view everything straight from your Google Analytics as well. Any engagement, which I highly recommend doing because you can then see how they're engaging with the rest of your website. So we mainly utilize TikTok's analytics platform along with GA4, but there are likely other tools like you mentioned and Hootsuite, etc., that have other analytics features. But if you utilize the free tools of TikTok ads and GA4, you should be able to get enough data to support all of your optimizations.
Yes, I love that idea. I always suggest that to my clients. If you're posting a link in Reels or a link in Stories, make sure that it is like either it's a trackable link, so that and sometimes GA4 will tell you where people are coming from, but it's not like necessarily a perfect system. But yeah, you want to make sure you know where people are coming from if it's a link. Okay, I love Grace's question. Um, Instagram's seeing a lot of popularity with video content. Is there a difference between Reels and TikToks? And is it a good idea to post the same videos on both TikTok and Instagram?
That's a really great question.
I see it all the time. At least in Reels, I see TikTok. It looks like TikTok going on Reels, but I don't know if it's a good idea.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a great idea, right? So you're spending so much time creating content for TikTok. You can utilize it across other platforms. You can utilize it in Instagram Reels. It's a very similar experience. It's kind of the same idea. And you can also utilize it in different things like YouTube Shorts, right? So definitely recommend using a crossover of your content across platforms. The only thing I would really recommend is make sure that you're downloading your videos without the watermarks on them. That can sometimes hinder the ability to show up in Instagram Reels if you have a TikTok watermark on them. There are ways to download it without that, but that would be my only recommendations. But definitely encourage you to build it out in Instagram Reels and use the same strategy.
Yes. And Christy said, make the video in Canva and then you can put it on Insta, Facebook without the TikTok watermark. And that was something I was going to ask. Does the Meta algorithm see it? But I mean, none of them play nicely together. Obviously, they don't want to repurpose others' content. So I think the broader point is create the content and then modify it and edit it and optimize it for whichever channel you're putting it on. But that's fantastic. Okay. We're only going to get to a few more questions. Ashley, can I put your email in the chat,
Yeah,
or do you want to put
yeah,
your email in the
please
chat just
do.
in case?
Yeah, let
Okay.
me throw it in.
So, um, this is such a great, I mean, this is the $1,000,000 question. How do you compete with personal interests and how do you keep people from swiping away from your video?
Yeah,
You got to be
that's a
very interesting
great
in that
question.
first second is what I would think.
Yeah, exactly. You want to get them with a hook, right? So your first line should be something enticing. You should have some type of caption right on the front of your video that tells people what this video is going to be about. Don't make them wait to understand what it's going to be about. You can make your video longer, and that's okay. You can make up to 10-minute videos now on TikTok, and that's okay to have longer content there. But make sure that people know straight from the first second what that video is going to be about, whether it's through your captions, hashtags, a big title right on the front, and have that compelling hook right when you start talking.
Really. And I see that a lot in nonprofit videos where it's I'm Julia Campbell, and I'm the executive director of Beverly Bootstraps. No one, everyone is immediately clicking away from that. So it's sort of like, did you know that 60% of people in this community are facing food insecurity? Or like, what's the reason I'm going to watch this video? That's like something I think that we get wrong a lot. We think we're more interesting than maybe the content is. Well, if it, so one last question. I encourage you to email Ashley directly with these questions if you have more specific questions. But do you have more examples of success stories of nonprofits, or maybe like where could we go to get more success stories or more examples of nonprofits on TikTok?
Yeah, I think one of the great places to go would be to join our nonprofit marketing club.
Mhm.
There's you can have full discussions with nonprofit marketing professionals who are trying to navigate the exact same things as you when it comes to TikTok, sharing their successes, sharing their failures, and from there, kind of building out that community. We work with a bunch of really great organizations on TikTok. Some of the ones that come to mind are um, like Miles for Migraine started out with us recently, and they've been able to grow their following really quickly by using the strategy of posting often and posting trends. But definitely encourage you to connect with other nonprofit marketers through the Nonprofit Marketing Club and share your TikTok and look at theirs.
Absolutely. I just thank you so much for this. Um, I want to just end with I think that the overarching theme here is that we want our organization to be trusted. We want it to be seen. We want to be heard. And if you're starting off on TikTok and you have no followers and you're just immediately like, we need to get donors, we need to get donors, that is not the right strategy. It's all about building that trust, educating people, showcasing your impact, sharing these stories and these mission moments, and inviting people into participating. So we want to attract people, we want to invite people. There's really no silver bullet to like convert people or somehow find the donor because they're out there, but they don't want to be found, right? They don't know they want to be found, but you can attract them. There are ways that you can be posting where you can invite them sort of like to a party, and then they can join, and then hopefully you'll all have like a fantastic party. But this was so fantastic. Ashley, I just really appreciate you and Community Boost so much. The Nonprofit Marketing Club is fantastic. Everyone, you'll get the recording, you'll get the slides. You can connect with me, connect with Ashley on LinkedIn. I'll send out all the links. And it was so fantastic to have you here. Thanks so much for your time and your expertise, Ashley.
Yeah, thanks so much. And thanks everyone for joining. Looking forward to connecting with you all.
Okay, great. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.